Welcome to Sew with Monty. Today I want to show you a 20U industrial sewing machine. This particular one is a Singer and it's about 40 years old. You can get them in different makes. Juki, Consew, etc. make these machines. This is a very old one, as I said, and it's belt driven, which means it's loud and the motor is heavier than usual. And you can adjust the speed. The speed is what it is. I would suggest, if you're in the market for a 20U machine today, or any industrial machine for that matter, look into a variable speed motor. They're much lighter and they have a dial on them that you can actually adjust the speed to your comfort. Let's get into the machine a little bit more. Here we have the dials. This is your stitch length on this particular machine. Keep in mind, different makes will have different positions for these, and this is a very old machine, so it might be a little different than the one you might end up getting. This is my reverse lever. You have to hold it, as always, to keep the reverse going. This little triangular shaped knob here is the needle placement. Right now it's set on center, but if I push in on this and I move it to the left, the needle actually goes to the right. And that's something you have to take a good look at, because when the needle position is on the right, this dial is actually on the left. It's in the opposite position, just as it is over here. For zigzag, you want to keep it in the center. This dial right here is the setting for zigzag and straight stitch. These two knobs up here secure this setting and don't let the stitch move or change. If I release the tension on one of these little screw knobs, it'll automatically fall into place for a regular straight stitch. So if this bar is straight up and down, it's just going to do a straight stitch. If I want it to zigzag, I release the tension on these knobs and I place it where I want the zigzag to be, and then tighten the tension on these two screw sets or knobs. Now it's set to zigzag on a medium width for this machine. If I want this to stay here, I must tighten these two. I can adjust it again by releasing these knobs and go all the way up as far as it will zigzag and tighten it again. Like I said, if I release one of these, it'll automatically spring back to straight stitch. So that's how you set the machine. So let me show you how the stitches look and how to perform them. So now we're set up to sew, and you can see previously the stitch I've done. This was the straight stitch and then moving into a zigzag. Whenever you're changing your stitches, always keep the needle out of the machine. So we're going to start off with a straight stitch with the longest length so you can see the actual stitches. Remember, this machine is loud. So now I've just sewn the straight stitch. So the next thing I'm going to do is release the tension on these two knobs and adjust this to a medium zigzag. And I'm going to secure this by tightening the knobs back down. You have to always tighten them. And now it will zigzag. As you can see here, we have a zigzag. Now I can also change the stitch length if I want and put my zigzag closer together. And we'll work this off. So you can see that by adjusting my knobs, my stitch length, and my width, this little lever right here, and my set screws, that I can create all kinds of different stitches here. So I hope that helps, and I hope if you end up with a 20U that you enjoy sewing on it.